Hi, friends. Before we get to the podcast, I have a few questions for you. Do you have an idea you've been thinking about for a while, but you're unsure how to start? Maybe it's a business, a book you want to write, a community you want to build, or a new career path you want to take so you can stop dreading Mondays and be more fulfilled at work. Maybe you have a sense that God is calling you to step out and do something new, but you've been held back by fear, uncertainty, or a lack of clarity. I've experienced all these feelings at different stages of my life, and the lessons I've learned have helped me be more confident to take steps in faith when I know God is prompting me in a new direction. I know what it feels like to feel stuck, so I want to help you get unstuck and make progress on your God ideas. That's why I created a free resource that will get you started. Think of it as a guided reflection journal that'll lead you through questions, prompts, and ideas meant to help you sort through what is holding you back so you can make progress on that book, that business, or that thing you want to do. I encourage you to get it today. Visit shepact.com/getunstuck to download it for free. It's time to step out in faith and pursue your dreams, my friend. That's shepact.com/getunstuck, or you can click the link in the show notes. Now let's get to the podcast. Hi, friends. I'm still on hiatus, taking a break, but I promise to not leave you hanging, so here I am. With the help of some of my friends, I'll be bringing you some bonus episodes over the next couple of weeks. What I ask them to do really is share a pivotal experience in their lives, what that experience taught them about God, and what they've learned about themselves. In this episode, you'll be hearing from Stacey Moore. She is a Christian abstract artist from New Zealand. Stacey shares her story of how the fear of failure really held her back from living fully, and how her decision to trust God set her free to live the life He planned for her. You can read a text version of Stacey's story at shepact.com/Stacey, and I'll leave a link in the show notes. Stacey, thank you so much for agreeing to be on the podcast. And here's Stacey now.
Hey, I'm Stacey Moore, a Christian abstract artist based in Papamoa, New Zealand. Thanks for having me here and for allowing me to share my story of my journey with God and my art. So I've spent my life as a perfectionist who was afraid of failure. This fear permeated so many areas of my life. It had even taken the joy out of creating art, which was something I'd always loved doing. At the end of 2021, after going a number of years without painting while my two children were very young, I came across a New Zealand artist in an ad on Instagram. Her bright, bold work inspired me to start painting again. However, before picking up my brushes, I felt God telling me I needed to let go of my fear of failure. I committed to this and I started painting again. Since then, my artistic process has felt more free than it ever had before. Inspired by colour, I start by choosing my colours and then paint intuitively, allowing the paintings to unfold during the process. From the moment I began painting again, I left my fear of failure behind. It wasn't long after that I felt God was leading me to turn my art into a business. I desired to have the freedom and flexibility to be available for my children and to live a slow-paced life. I felt God was prompting me to build an art business to enable me to do this. 17 months after picking up my brushes, I took a leap of faith and left my part-time teaching job to pursue my art full-time. This experience made me realise how much fear had limited my life. It also opened up so many opportunities by simply choosing faith over fear. It showed me who I truly am as an artist and how good art can be for mental health. When I became a mother, I realised how much I like my own space. Painting allows me to have that space and to be fully myself. This experience also re-emphasised for me the fulfilment and reassurance I feel when I step out in faith, even when what I'm doing may seem unconventional to the world. God has given us each a unique gift to offer this world and to bring glory to Him. Never would have imagined that my art could be the career path I'd be pursuing, but it has been completely led by God. This experience has taught me that when you step out in faith, God won't let you down. It has shown me that when we are obedient to the things He puts on our hearts, He will provide for us. It has also been a reminder that God cares about the small details of our lives. He cares about the things that are important to us, like my desire to be more available for my kids. I'm looking forward to seeing what God has in store for me and how the things that I do will bring others to Him. I'm also looking forward to being able to look back and see how everything God is doing now in my life and in my business will be used down the track.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Driven Introvert podcast. If you enjoyed this conversation, please take a moment to click the follow button on your podcast app or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. As always, don't forget to take courage, trust God, and go pursue your big ideas. See you next time. The Driven Introvert podcast is produced by shepark.com and Remy Roy, with content, editing, and strategy expertise from Candice Zakaria and Aishat Olarewaju. Want to ask a question or share a comment on a future episode? Email us today at thedrivenintrovert@shepark.com or click on the link in the show notes to record your question in a voicemail.